Hi everybody, today's video is about measuring with your pencil and your finger, making sure you have all the measurements you need to transfer to your drawing, and then learning how to check that drawing so that you end up with a proportionate object that has the right height and width. So let's say that you already have this on your paper because you used a viewfinder and you were able to block in the overall shape pretty fast. That, of course, doesn't mean that you have the right measurements. It means you have an approximation. How to make sure? Well, one thing you can do is use a pencil to measure the various parts of your object. Say this spray bottle I have in front of me. You can take your pencil, look at your arm, and remember the position your arm is. Because if you have to do something and go back to what you were doing, you want to have the arm in the same position. So always look at your arm. Mine is outstretched, so I'll be sure to have it that way again. All right, so back to it. With the arm in the same position, hold the pencil in front of you, and with your thumb, mark the measurement you're taking. Then you flip the pencil, and you use that same unit of measurement to measure height. The height is actually double the width, 2 times the width, as I have here. So this is the width, and that's 1 and 2 times, a little bit over 2. We can also take that same unit of measurement to measure other parts of the bottle, such as the head or the spout. And here I would say that the head is 1.5 times the width. So we take note of that. We can use it to measure the trigger, and the trigger seems to be a little bit less, 2/3 of the width. We can also use it to measure the negative space between, say, the trigger and the rest of the bottle. So this space here can be measured using the width. Let's do that. So holding my pencil, I see that the space between the trigger and the bottle body is half a width. So now I can use these measurements to check my own drawing. The issue with blocking in is because it's just an approximation. It doesn't mean that this bottle has been measured. This contour drawing still needs some refinements, and that's what we're going to do by taking the measurements we took from the bottle and seeing if they apply to this drawing. So one thing we had said was that the width was 2 times, the height was 2 times the width. So I can place my pencil right here on top of the bottle that I drew, and I can see if that's true. I can take a width and I can see if the height is 2 times that width. 1 and 2. So far so good, right? So I would express that as the height being 2 to 1. This is the aspect ratio. Height is 2 times the width. The 1 represents the unit of measurement, which is the width. And this represents the height. I said that we also could measure other parts of the bottle. Do you remember the head? The head was supposed to be a little bit more than the width. So let's see if that's true. Okay, that's not too bad. I think it's not that much longer, just less. So we make a correction. So in this very same manner, you can check the rest of the bottle. You can take note of the measurements you took before and use them with your pencil right on top of the paper to check to see if what you drew conforms to the measurements you took. And that way your drawing can be proportionate, have the right height, and parts of your object can have the right width as well. Well, what if I told you that you could also use a smaller unit of measurement, such as the width of the neck, to measure the rest of the bottle, and then you don't have to think in terms of fractions? Isn't that cool? So you see how this method of measuring with a pencil can help you when you eyeball things, when you block in, or it can help you check work that you've already finished that you're not sure about. You know, when you get that feeling something's off here, this is what's going to keep your work proportionate and having the right measurements.